Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is SOS, continuing our playthrough of No Man's Sky, and hope we all are enjoying the series. This will be episode 3, and we are in the Space Anomaly. This is where we left off. So, this strange looking giant space station just popped up out of nowhere. We docked, and we gotta figure out what the heck it is. I'm just gonna dive right in. I'm gonna hop on this little thing and just hop up the railing. Bit of a shortcut. And talk to this guy. Priest Entity Nada. I am Priest Entity Nada, Divergent Korvax. Welcome to our anomaly. Our home here is pleasant, yes? Polo's own design. A perfect bubble. Beyond the sentinels, beyond vengeful Korvax. Nada watches time come and go. Well, let's ask about Artemis. We've been in contact with them. A traveler entity. Perhaps they are known to you. I do not know their number. Nada does not care to think about iterations as numbers. What are iterations? What are traveler entities? They were lost to us. Highly improbable. Our anomaly is lost to the sentinels, but none should be lost to the anomaly. Korvax watches me. There is a patience, an organic tilt to the way they hold their metal shell. So, this is one of the Korvax race, although he is slightly different and looks different. Alright, let's ask about him, Nada. Nada awoke with the death of Korvax Prime. Could not understand why such things happen, why we are alone. Now I am divergent. The convergence do not see through my eyes. Nada is not alone anymore. Nada is with Polo Friend. Now many other friends visit. Our convergence is small, but Nada happy. Nada's carapace pulses with a gentle light. There's something familiar about them. So, alright, so Korvax, they hint at this. Korvax is connected to a convergence, like a single consciousness, or how to explain it? Well, they're basically connected to a hive mind. And this guy is saying he's divergent. He's not connected to the convergence at all. What about this Polo Friend? Polo Friend found Nada, found my signal. Nada is safe. Now, Nada finds other signals, makes others safe. Oh, so Polo rescued him first. The station has been calling to me since I woke up on the planet. Perhaps it called to Artemis as well. Well, ask about the space station. Beyond what is outside, our anomaly wanders free. Free like Nada, to observe, to search. Sentinels, the Atlas, they do not care for this place. I feel their eyes hunting us. Nada watches me, judging my reactions as they speak. Speak with Polo Friend, traveler. Perhaps they might know more about missing Artemis. They perceive things more clearly than Nada. Alright, speak to Specialist Polo, which is right over here. Friends everywhere, if only you know where to look. Friends in all shapes, all sizes, all places. Artemis friend. You are where they should be. It does not seem possible, but all things are possible, such is the universe. You will find them, no doubt. There is always a signal, always a trace. Well, how? Our home will see to it. When you leave, you will not be where you were. You will be closer. Ah, so I'm teleporting somewhere. Or maybe not. Discovery is exciting, yes? Before you leave, perhaps spend some time with other friends. We all help each other here. Alright, speak to other travelers to earn nanites, learn new technology blueprints, browse a huge array of base parts, speak to Nada about Artemis. Okay. So, let's talk a little bit about the design and setup of the Space Anomaly. So that's where we came in, that big giant circle door over there. This guy's cool. He's got a staff. That's new. Okay, so in the middle. So like I said before, all the people playing this game at this time have the same space anomaly. They all come here if they go to the space anomaly, and you can summon the space anomaly from wherever you are in space. So that's kind of neat. This here is the Nexus, and this does special missions that you can undertake for specific rewards. The terminal rejects my input. Whatever its purpose, it appears I'm not yet authorized to use it. Oh, okay. Can't do that yet. That's fine. This over here, so that's where you can do missions for special rewards, and the mission is kind of separate from your story. It takes you to a different system altogether. You do the mission, and then come back to the anomaly, and then it warps you back to where you were most of the time. This is the synthesis companion. This is where you can use like game credits, not like units or nanites, but like credits you can get from doing Nexus missions, and they buy special. It's kind of like DLC, not really DLC, but special items you can't get otherwise. So if you've done expeditions that give you rewards, here's where you would go to collect those. I've done some expeditions, so I might actually collect some of these while we're here. Most of them are decorative, like this Fleet Commander's Cape. Part of it, it's part of your exosuit that you can have, which I'm gonna collect. I'm gonna collect some other. Okay, that's all I had for. I have a lot of decoration, but I'm not going to use it all. I'm just going to take that one. Okay, so that's the front. You get the Nexus there, the Quicksilver Synthesis Companion. You go up here to the right, there are some special vendors and NPCs to talk to. And then there's the appearance modifier over there. Why not throw on my new cape? Cape. Yeah, that's a nice cape. Cool. And this is the egg sequencer. We'll do more with eggs much later on. In fact, I've hardly done anything with eggs in my whole No Man's Sky playtime. Playtime, that sounds stupid. Iteration Cronus, we're going to talk to him in a minute because I think he does stuff with food, like nutrition and making food, which is not really super important. Alright, let's talk to this guy first. Iteration Helios. Ah, young one, you who still roam the boundaries of this universe, how I envy you. My time out, in reality, has long passed, but I miss it greatly. Perhaps you might help an old soul and share the things you've seen? I yearn for the stars, for the glory of discovery. So periodically you can give him data you've collected about planets or fauna or minerals or whatever. If you've collected enough, you can talk to him and exchange that data, and I believe he gives you nanites. Thank you, you have no idea what this means to me. Please take these nanites. Yeah. And he gives you a lot, depending on how much stuff you've discovered. So 120 nanites, that's nothing to sneeze at. We're at 714. We have enough to get one of those S-class upgrade modules we saw previously. We'll do that later on, probably. Visit a technology researcher such as Celine. Researchers will create new blueprints from nanites. So this here is a upgrade merchant, similar to the ones on the space station for technology upgrades. Traveler hopes to make progress. Traveler tests themselves. I will help. In exchange, progress for progress. Or wealth, perhaps. Experience for materials. Both valid today. Salvage technology. If I wanted to give her one salvage data, she would give me something in return. It's not usually ever a good exchange. For some reason it won't let me, even though I know I have salvage data in my spaceship. It's all good. You can transmit milestone data to her too, and I think she also gives you nanites if you've hit enough milestones in between visits. We definitely have. We've done many milestones and haven't visited yet. You have seen much. Do you understand? Not for me to know. Please take this. Wow, 650 nanites. Now we're in business. And then the other thing you can do talking with this NPC is purchase upgrades. These are for all different types of things. You can get starships for exosuit. None of them are C-class. I'm sorry, none of them are S-class. So I don't generally care too much, but there's one in particular, and this is kind of a neat little secret. Pulse engine module. I always pick this up when I first come to the space anomaly, and I'll show you why in a minute. That will become apparent momentarily. So, the mission is having us go in here. So this is like a central corridor. That's where all the Helios and Ares were. In the back here, we were over there when we spoke with Nada and Polo in that little section. All the way in the back is... Ooh, I got a milestone again. Look at that. Yeah, traveled 20 Ks. So all the way in the back here is technology research. So you can buy upgrade modules at the space stations, but there are technology you can build yourself if you have the blueprints. This is where you research the blueprints to unlock them. So the first one is your starship here, as you can see. Then you've got, this is a construction research station similar to the one we have in our base, except this gives us access to many, many more upgrades. And here's for your exosuit. And just like at the space station, you should be able to visit this. Yes, okay. So I can upgrade my exosuit storage, which I will. So every system you go to, like I said last episode, when you go to a new space station, you'll have an exosuit upgrade. If you call in the space anomaly in that new system, you'll have a new exosuit upgrade here as well. You can get 2 for every system you go in. For free. Well, not for free. You have to buy them, obviously, but exosuit upgrades are hard to find, so definitely do that. Over on this side, multi-tool research, and they all sell like a unique multi-tool in each system that you visit. We have a great multi-tool, so we don't need that. This is synthesis laboratory, where you can learn how to craft new materials. I'm going to look at this one first, because there are a few things that we've had to buy that you can unlock crafting recipes for here. That's the Atlas Pass V1. That was the key that we didn't have to get into some of the containers on a planet's surface. Some of the things, useful things we can craft. You know, microprocessors are handy, but you can buy them at any trade terminal, I find. I don't think we're going to spend any nanites right now on these crafting recipes, but that's where you get them. There's a whole nother page too, valuable products. These you can learn to craft for very special ingredients, and they are precious materials, so the only reason to craft them is to sell them. They're valuable, highly valuable, such that these down here, I think these are worth like 8 million, something like that each. So that's really the only purpose of this, as far as I can tell. If anyone has any different purpose they've discovered, let me know. That's where you learn crafting recipes. This is for your exocraft, traversing the planet's surface. Never use that though, I kind of just walk around. So let's follow our mission, talk with this exosuit research NPC. Traveler new, your suit is an extension of yourself. Let me aid you. So, exosuit upgrades that you can research and apply. I'm just looking around at the upgrades. Nothing that jumps out at me. Be the hazmat gauntlet. I think I'm gonna pick that up. I'm gonna keep talking to him because this is a handy thing, the personal refiner. So it's a small refiner that you can install in your technology slot, and you can use it to refine materials wherever and whenever. You don't have to be at a base or on the planet's surface. You can do it in your space station, space anomaly, whatever. That's handy. It's expensive though. I think I can wait on that. I think I will wait. You can visit the construction research station. You'll see all the extra base building things you can learn with salvage data. Don't seem to have any on my person. Oh, right. Because I'm using this recovered ship, and I was gonna sell it. I wonder if I can switch that right now. Switch docked ship. There we go. I think I just switched it to my Radiant Pillar, which has all my stuff in it. Just kidding. Alright, now I'll have access to the salvage data. 24. So these are all aesthetic for base building. So you can upgrade those if you want to learn those blueprints, small prefabs. Now technology modules are useful. And there's a few that are probably most useful right off the bat. I'm just trying to see which ones. You can get an appearance modifier for your base, a landing pad for your starship, so you don't have to spend, launch fuel, launching every time. Medium refiner, I'd say, is kind of important. So I'm gonna grab that. And maybe the large refiner, although I don't want to spend that much of my salvage data. Let's hang on to it. I just don't see anything that's like essential this early. So transport module, you can unlock like an exocraft summoning station. We might do that with 4. So that maybe I can show you the exocrafts at some point. Aquatic construction, decal signs, these are all aesthetic. Posters, decorative modules. Illumination, if you want different types of lights in your base. Okay. This might be important. And not for now. You can build things like ooh, this is nice to have. For 1 unit, I'll get that. It hides all the wiring in your base. So, why not, right? Yeah, so you can have extractors, mineral extractors that will harvest precious minerals from the planet surface. You just set them up on top of like a copper deposit and it will mine that for you. Gas extractor will do the same thing for like oxygen or nitrogen or whatever in the atmosphere. Supply depot is storage for that. You have to pipe it, use the supply pipes to the depot so you can store your captured minerals if you want. And there's some like electronic switches and inverters and stuff. I don't usually use those that much, but maybe we'll get into that in a future episode. Agricultural modules. You can plant your own plants that give you precious resources. I'm not going to mess with that right now. If you want some different timber structures, you can do that. And the rest are just pretty much aesthetic. Oh, storage unit. Definitely want a storage container so I can store things at my base. So I'll grab that. That's good for now. We will come back. Excuse me, sir. Let's check out the Starship Research Guy. Spend some of our nanites. I work upon your wings, soaring across the skies. So in here we can upgrade parts of our ship. One thing that's helpful is this teleport receiver, so that you don't have to be standing right next to your ship to transfer stuff to it. It's not forever distance, but it's a much longer distance than normal. So I usually get that one. It's a good one to pick up early. Let's see, what else? These are weapon upgrades in this tree here. Not really useful right now. Shield upgrades. A launch thruster upgrade is very helpful. Decreasing your fuel cost, so 20% fewer fuel used when you take off. So I'm gonna grab that. What else we have? And then our hyperdrive upgrades. So this is where you can increase the distance you can jump in the galaxy map. This one, not this one so much. This one gives you the option to like emergency warp, even if you're like in combat. Normally you can't use the galaxy map while you're in combat. I never use this. I'd rather be better at combat, because if you emergency warp out, your ship's going to be damaged. You're going to have to repair a lot of things. Not worth it to me. Let's grab... yeah, I think we want the economy scanner. Let's grab that. This will allow us to see how well off the star system is economically that we're about to jump to. I'll show you that in the galaxy map when we get to it. And what else do I want? I'll probably grab this cadmium drive. So this upgrade allows us to reach red star systems. So right now we can only do yellow, but with this we can do red. So I'm gonna grab that. Depending on how many nanites I have, it might be worth doing the rest of those two while we're here. Let's wait. Yeah, we'll wait. We'll save our nanites, maybe we'll get a different upgrade. So that's this back room. It's all researching technology upgrades and crafting recipes and base technologies. And where are we at with our mission? Okay. Yeah, we're working on this one right now. Speak with Nada again. Before I do that, I just want to quickly show you this room. This is a teleport room. Basically, all it is for now. You can use that just like at any space station or at your base to teleport to any space station you've been to or any base. The difference here is that they'll show a lot of community bases, like featured bases. So you want to check out some base that the community highlighted that somebody else made. You can do that. But my bases will show up here, right? And any space stations I've been to so far. Before I do that, I have to go talk to Nada. Nada and Polo drift between worlds and worlds. There are many. Have you seen them, traveler friend? Nada wishes they could. Nada regrets much. Okay, but what do I do? Traveler entity is free to make their own path. Find Artemis entity, explore with others, travel to great sights. Proceed as you will, traveler entity, we will aid you. Others will aid you also, even if you seek the Crimson Lyre. What is the Crimson Lyre? Crimson Lyre, Atlas. False entity. Korvax worship, but Nada knows better. Nada knows where it dwells. Nada chooses to disregard it. It seems like a deity to the Korvax. But if Traveler Entity wishes to seek it, Nada will help. Nada wishes you to be safe. Okay. It's called the Atlas. It will be marked on your map. Return to us whenever you please, Traveler Entity. You are always welcome here. Okay, so we marked something for me. And there's a new entry guide about earning nanites. So, I'll let you read that once you get to this part in your own playthrough. I have my own way of acquiring nanites that we'll talk about a little bit later. So we got this new main mission called the Atlas Path, which will guide us towards finding the Atlas, this whatever deity that the Korvax worship. I'm not going to do that right now. We want to help Artemis for now. That's our first main mission. Although we were just wrapping up this one. So let's stick with that. Do I have to talk to Nada again, or what's the next thing? I don't know, I'm waiting for it to show up. Maybe I talk again with Polo. Continue the search for Artemis. Okay. Seems like they want me to go back to my ship. Nada and Polo will make contact with updates from their search. Okay, so they're working on stuff. Select Alone Amidst the Stars. Okay. Well, they want me to go back to the Artemis search. Return to space. Okay. Before I get in my ship, let's see if we can build any of the things that I just unlocked. Did I get any new... Yes, I got the Hazmat Gauntlet. This will allow me to pick up hazardous substances from the planet surfaces. Each different type of planet has a special kind of plant that grows on it that gives you valuable resources. Can't pick them unless you have the hazmat gauntlet. I already have the ingredients required, so I'm just going to go ahead and install that right now. Chromatic metal and sodium nitrate. That way I can pick those plants as I see them later on. Oxygen recycler. 10% life support tanks. Yeah, let's install that too. I didn't know I had that. Perfect. And like I mentioned last episode, if I move this and bump it right up next to the other similar piece of technology, they both get a bump. So instead of 10% extra support tanks, I probably have like 13. I don't know. I don't know what the math is on the buffs that you get for like technology, but leave a comment if you know or whatever. And I got some new Starship technologies too. Let's see if we can install these. Teleport receiver would be so helpful. I need wiring looms, so I'll have to go to space station first. I need wiring looms for this too. I do have one wiring loom, so I could use it for this economy scanner, but I need microprocessors. And I need wiring looms for this too. Actually, there's one more thing I'm going to research upgrade for, because I kind of teased you with some knowledge and then I didn't do what I needed to give you the knowledge. So just one second. The cadmium drive, these hyperdrive upgrades are meant to be linear, meaning you have all the resources that you need to build the cadmium drive. Nope, this is not where I want to go. Right, cadmium drive, I just need chromatic metal and wiring loom. I've been able to collect those resources. I don't have much chromatic metal now, unfortunately, but I'll get some more. The next star color that you are meant to go to is the next upgrade in the tree, which is the emerald drive. That's for green star bodies. I'm gonna take that right now. And you'll notice, if I were to install it, I need cadmium. Cadmium is an element we have yet to discover, and the reason for that is you can only find cadmium on planets that orbit a red star. And we need the cadmium drive to visit red star planets. Red star systems, I should say. So it's meant to be linear. You get the cadmium drive, you go to a red star system, harvest the cadmium to make the emerald drive. The last one, indium drive, is for blue star systems, but in order to craft it, you're going to need emerald. This is a green substance that you find on planets orbiting green stars. So, all of that to say, I can kind of game the system a little bit, because I can install the cadmium drive, so I could already go to a red star system, and we will, eventually. But you'll notice I also bought this upgrade, this pulse engine module. If I install it, okay, on my ship, and then turn around and destroy it, as at the bottom you'll see, if I dismantle, I get 75 deuterium, 75 cadmium, and 1 wiring loom. So neat little trick. That's a way to collect cadmium if you don't want to go to a red star system. Just buy a couple of those upgrade modules. Actually, you would need 4 in order to install the emerald drive. But for now, I'm going to put these elements in my exosuit. And we're going to leave the wiring loom there. Could have sworn I had more than 1 wiring loom, and I do. Put that on my starship. Cool. Is there anything else that I could put on my starship for now? Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do the cadmium drive yet. I need wiring loom, that's why. I need to go to the space station. Actually, now that I have 2 wiring looms, I could put this efficient thruster on. Yeah, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to move this over. And right here, I'm going to install the efficient thrusters. I have the tritium and the wiring looms. I just need 1 dihydrogen jelly, so I'll craft that. Done. And now my lift off. Excuse me. My lift off will consume 20% less launch fuel, and even less than that because it's adjacent to my launch thruster, which is coincidentally out of fuel. I'm gonna refuel that real quick. Alrighty. I'm also out of hyperdrive fuel, but I don't have any of that, so let's see if I can. I can't craft either because I need chromatic metal. This would be a good time for my personal refiner, where I could refine some of the copper I have. But alas, I did not research that one. Let's get that one while we're here. Unfortunately, that means I won't have enough nanites for like an S level upgrade at a space station, but so be it. I already don't, actually, come to think of it. Alright, let's put this personal refiner in our exosuit right there. I need chromatic metal. Okay. We're not going to install that yet. We're going to have to go to our base in order to refine some copper. But for now, let's say bye to the space anomaly. Get in our ship over here. You know, now might be a good time actually to switch back to our other ship, and we can scrap this one. This is what I was working on before the space anomaly showed up out of nowhere. So we're gonna head to the space station, but I'm getting a message. Unknown signal. Where? Is there anyone out there? It's outside. Something's wrong with... I'm gonna go ahead and identify myself. I tell the stranger that I can hear them. There is a moment's pause. The only sound I hear is the background hiss of cosmic radiation. You found me. You found me. There's so little light. I thought I'd never hear another soul again. I really did. That's sad. How did you find my voice? I say, I found your crashed ship. Shouldn't have left it there. I tell the stranger about the abandoned starship wreck and how I found their communicator ID in the distress beacon. I begin to mention the anomalous space station, but they cut me off. It's outside, but I think I'm safe. There are 16 of them. They look just like... where are you? Fear and confusion dance within the eyes of the stranger. After a few moments of silence, they turn to me, imploring. You don't know who you are, do you? It lied to me. It lied to all of... Sound cuts out, but their face lingers on, silent, before it too fades into nothingness. This must be Artemis, and they are clearly in need of help. I need to find a way to boost their signal. Locate a long-distance transmitter. Okay. What do? A scan? There, I'll make that the active mission. Okay, powerful transmitter is required, and I just discovered a hollow terminus, which is on the planet over there. But first, space station. This is a desert planet. Okay. Cactus flesh. So, the minerals that you can mine from the planet are below: copper, pyrite, cobalt. The plant is the special plant that grows on the planet that you can only harvest with hazmat gloves. Hazmat gauntlets, I should say. And most planets, most extreme planets, have some kind of plant that you can harvest. On the wrong side of the space station here. There we go. So first thing I'm going to do is scrap the ship, because I don't want to spend the time to repair it. That would take forever. So you go to this Starship Outfitting terminal here, and then you go to Claim Scrap. Worth 3.65 million units. That's a pretty good haul. Warning. The ship and all cargo will be destroyed. Confirm. Salvage drones deployed. Starship will be processed for scrap. So what happens when you do that is it gives you components in your inventory to sell to get your money. They don't just give you the money, you have to go to the terminal and sell it. Like this compressed indium scrap for 3.1 million, that's most of it. Spool of nano cables, cycled circuitry, and they also give you some technology modules. The higher the class of ship that you that you scrap is the higher the upgrade level that you'll get from it. So if I scrapped an S-class ship, for example, I might get an S-class upgrade, or at least an A-class. In this case, I got all C, but I'm gonna go right over here and sell those. I don't need them. I'm not gonna use them. I like the S-class ones better, and I get nanites for each of these. And so one method of earning nanites is finding a distress signal from the cartographer, using the distress signal to locate a crashed ship. Ooh, that's a nice A-class fighter. Oh, I wish I had $23 million right now. I don't. Not even close. That's a B-class explorer there. And that C-class hauler is 14 million. I need to get some more money. But anyway, that's a good way of earning nanites, is scrapping ships that you find, or if you're really desperate for nanites and you have tons of money and you don't mind spending it all, you could just buy these ships from these merchants, or not merchants, these pilots as they land. You know, just buy the ship and scrap it. You'll get a ton of money back, not all of it, obviously. You'll get some of your money back, and you'll get all the upgrades that you can sell. So, it's one way to do it too, if you don't feel like going out and finding the crashed ships. We needed some wiring loom, so while I'm here, I'm gonna buy some of that so I can install... Ooh, that's a nice... Is that another A? No, that's a C-class fighter. It's got 25 cargo spots and 16 technology spots, but I don't have that kind of money, so it doesn't matter. Started thinking I might be able to buy a ship. Yeah, I could sell some salvage data, but it's not nearly enough. Get me there. Alright. Anyway, I gotta buy. I'm gonna put it in my starship. Buy wiring loom. I don't remember how many I needed. Maybe 6?
Product received.
I think I need 2 microprocessors too.
Product received.
Alright, let's see if that gets me where I need to go. So I was gonna install the teleport receiver. Yeah, but just needed antimatter, which I need chromatic metal, which I don't have. That's fine. Economy scanner I can install right now. So we'll take a look at what that looks like. Right there for now. We also have... Okay, so the bottleneck here is the chromatic metal. So I'll need to go refine some of that on a plant surface. But lucky for us, that's where we're going next. Make sure I have that mission selected. Alright, let's go find that hollow terminus. Should be easy to find. Alright, we're entering the planet atmosphere. This planet has a lot of water. Water is not a problem in No Man's Sky. You can definitely explore in it, but you have a lot less oxygen to work with. So when you go underwater, as we are now, it's a little bit... You can't go that deep. It's a little bit scary. This must be the hollow terminus. I'm just gonna land over there. And your jet boosters don't really work well in the water unless you upgrade them for such. Yeah. I don't know why that target sweep is so small. Oh, because I just got a, Ooh, what are these? Boy, I get distracted easily. Wow, I got 3,300 credits, or units. Just like to start scanning stuff when I land. It's a new planet I've never been on after all. What else is around here? Animals especially. Definitely want to get animals scanned if they're around you. Let's get this navigation data. I can't open these because I didn't get the Atlas pass. That's alright. Oh. I didn't sell all the Starship scrap. I'll have to go back to the space station. While we're down here, let's refine some chromatic metal. Copper. Let's, I guess we'll do it all. And we'll get more copper later. Chromatic metal is more important to me right now, and all of that copper isn't even going to be enough. So we're gonna have to find some copper here on the planet or somewhere soon. That's kind of far. Is there one closer? Cobalt. Not every day you see cobalt deposits. All right, I'm gonna pin this. No, not that. This. So while you're looking, you can push X to plant a manual beacon, and that will show up on your HUD. And yeah, you just go to it. If you want to remove it, just aim at it again, push X again. There you go. Alright, how we doing? Alright, well. Got some copper. I mean, I got some chromatic metal. Not enough for what I wanted to do, right? Let me just hop in my ship real quick so that I don't have to deal with the elements. What can I install? Teleport receiver would be fantastic. So let's do an antimatter. Yeah, you need chromatic metal to make antimatter. And then we'll do the teleport receiver. Perfect. Now I'll demonstrate this in a moment. You can go pretty far away from your ship and still place things in it or take things from it, which is very handy. All right. Let's do what we came here to do. We're gonna climb this tower, it looks like. There's a ladder you can climb, but I thought I'd have enough to bypass it. Alright, so we interact with this. We have to repair it. Looks like it needs catalytic element. Let's put some sodium.
Technology recharge.
Hollow terminus activated. Multiple signal sources available. The tower hosts a powerful transmitter designed to facilitate holographic communication across long distances. Extra power should allow me to reestablish the connection to Artemis. Well, let's try. I tried to locate Artemis's frequency, uploading the data from our previous communication. So it locks onto the signal. And then, yeah, it's basically like a hologram chat. Who's there? You. It's you again, isn't it? You really are real, aren't you? You aren't a dream. I am. Sorry, it's hard to think here. Something's wrong with the blank. It's easy to create a better reality when you have to. I thought you might be a dream. I'm sorry, I haven't heard another voice in so long. Not since I cut the speaker from my exosuit. It said such terrible things. That's not good. Well, who are you? The stranger smiles through the static. I'm just like you. You are a traveler of worlds, aren't you? What do you mean? Do not respond with speech. They transmit a vision, a red star, and a fragile world. You do not understand the shapes within, the whispers. I see life forms scattered to the far reaches of the galaxies. I see the stranger's first breath yearning for the stars. I see myself, slumbering in the crimson void, waiting for a dream of worlds. And through the darkness, I hear it said, Anomaly detected. Designation, Traveler. I awakened from this vision. What I showed you just now, it has haunted me since I awoke. You must recognize it too. We are the Travelers, discoverers of worlds. From the moment you opened your eyes, you must have known you were not like the others. So did I. Before I became stranded here, I was on a journey to blank to finally meet you. It cannot be a coincidence that you found the signal. Tell me, you still have the data log from that crashed ship? Yeah, here. Upload it. I upload the records, including the strange transmission I received and the data I found at the vessel. Much of my equipment is damaged. I'm alone on foot, stranded on a sunless world. I don't even know how your signal is reaching me, but the ship you found, it belonged to me once. Perhaps there is hope after all. We need to work out where we both are. If you build signal boosters across the system, we should be able to triangulate your position. I'll be able to blank find my way out, and you'll get all the answers. Alright. Sounds good to me. Thank you, Traveler. You're going to save my life. You're going to find me. Well, that is the plan, isn't it? Triangulate your position. Place the first beacon. Alright, so I got this new signal booster that I can craft. Need a metal plate and a carbon nanotube. I'll make the metal plate. Make the carbon nanotube. And... Ooh. There's an animal there. I almost could scan. Oh. There. I think I got it. Cool. And then some birds. Nice. 3 of 9 species discovered. Well, probably not going to discover all 9 today, but good to have a couple. How about... Whoa. You see those ships just come out of the mountain like that? What about this copper deposit? Should I head that way? Might as well. Quick detour. Grab a few things on the way. We're just gonna need the copper sooner rather than later. I'm also running out of life support, but I do have life support gel, so I can top it up completely with that. So if you're trying to do like, trying to complete all the animals on a planet, and there's water on the planet, you better bet there's going to be some fish that you're going to need to scan. So if you're not sure where to go, it's a good place to start. I forget. Do I have an advanced mining laser? Yeah, I do. That's why my scanner seems to be working so well. So I should be able to harvest this huge dihydrogen crystal. And this one too. It's nice to have that advanced mining laser. Ooh, ferrite, pure ferrite and oxygen. That's handy. You can definitely see how much faster I'm mining things with this advanced mining laser and the other upgrade I have. So getting that multi-tool was well worth the money spent, even though now I'm kind of broke. What? hearing some weird noises, but really what piqued my interest was I saw, yep, chromatic metal. As a side resource. Definitely take that. Here's some more. Only give me like 1 or 2 pieces every time, so not really worth my time. Considering... Are these like following me or something? Please keep your distance. Boy, those are loud. Alright, let's get some copper out of here. I like this planet. The temperature is like comparable. Nice little 76.4 Fahrenheit. Take that all day. Although I remember when the sun had set, it was pretty cold. My hazard protection was going down. I don't think we'll mine this whole deposit. I think we'll just get enough to make like another 100 or so chromatic metal, maybe 200 chromatic metal. I don't know, maybe I will do the whole thing. Kind of a peaceful process. Just aim over the whole deposit. Where are we at? 289. Just a tiny bit more. Alright, uh-oh. Sun setting. So here's a handy tip too if you're far away from your ship and you don't feel like making the hike back to it. You can summon your ship to wherever you're standing. I don't know if I showed this already, but just go down, or push down on your D-pad, summon vehicles, and then your ship pops up. You just push A, and it will fly right there. At the cost of launch fuel, unless you're like a landing pad or something, which I should have been. I think I was next to that hollow terminus. Actually, I didn't demonstrate it, but from where the ship was, I probably could still access the inventory with that teleport receiver. It does work quite a fair distance. Alright, I'm going to refine some of this chromatic, or this copper. Yeah. Ooh, need to fuel it. Yeah, get that done. While that's working, might as well just get some more. Such is No Man's Sky that you realize you need a material to install some upgrade. You go through all the steps of obtaining that material. It takes a while. You finally get it all and you're like, what did I need that chromatic metal for again? And you never end up installing the upgrade. I think I remember. Alright. This all done? Perfect. Alright, we're gonna throw the crafting stuff in the ship. This. Might as well use my life support gel to recharge my life support.
Technology recharge.
Alright. Was it going to be cadmium drive? Yeah, I could install that now, but that would just take all of my chromatic metal. Only have 255. Maybe the personal refiner would be a better use for now.
Technology installed.
Yeah. I'll show you how that works. You need to fuel it. just like you would a regular refiner.
Technology
And then
recharge.
you can... let's throw a little bit of ferrite dust in there. Stick it in and begin. And that is working. No matter where you are, I can take off. Which I won't, because I'm actually supposed to put the signal booster down, and I forgot about that. Interact with it, and then triangulate position.
Navigational data received.
Alright, once you've logged that, you can then pick up the signal booster and use it somewhere else. One thing you can do, too, with a signal booster is locate nearby structures. Oh look, there's a settlement? Oh, an observatory over there. I don't care about that. I'm gonna pick up the signal booster and I am going to take off. Make your way to the triangulation site. Like it's off planet. Alright, let's head to this planet. Already been here. This is the rotting planet. Hmm, 20 seconds. See, this planet you can harvest fungal mold. Also, this planet has high sentinel activity. We haven't really talked about sentinels too much because we haven't seen one. They are not to be trifled with. Best avoided at this stage in the game. Because they will ruin your day. Oh, what's that over there? There's already a signal booster here. What are the odds? I'm gonna head over here though because it's a free takeoff if I land over here. I don't know what this building is, come to think of it. And we can get some free navigation data. Pop this bad boy open. Some dihydrogen jelly, I'll take that. Some nanites, sodium, microprocessor. All worth it. Oh, it's an observatory. So in these structures, you'll always have the little things you can interact with. Get a few nanites out of there. The observatories, you can interact with this terminal here, and it'll give you a little riddle, I think. A beacon sent long ago from a distant system awaits my response. 3 numbers are visible above an empty input box. I think I know what comes next. So these are always little puzzles. You have to input the right answer to get something out of it. In this case, if you notice, if you have figured it out already, good for you. But the numbers rotate to the left. So 1702, and then every number shifts to the left except the 1 goes on the end. So then you see 7021. And then 0217, so the next one would be 2170. And when I enter that, I discover a location within the distant stars. Usually points me in the direction of something interesting. Ooh, very interesting. On a different planet. Yeah, that was the observatory we didn't go to, and an ancient ruin. Well, that might be worth exploring later on. For now, let's head towards this mission objective. Scan this random creepy looking animal. Check for more animals. There's something I can scan. scan the hazardous flora, why not? Before I destroy it. Just noticed something on my scanner. What's this? Oop. Shot it with my bolt caster. That wasn't smart. Well, didn't do it any harm. Terranian relic. I don't really care too much about those. Those are usually vortex cubes, and as you saw from last episode, they don't really sell for that much. Ooh. Is this an exosuit upgrade pod? That would be very nice. So I'm pretty far away from my ship. That's out of range. You can get pretty far away, but not across the planet or anything. I'm far enough away that it won't reach. Scan that animal. Yeah, I'm 527 units, so... Alright, let's check out this exosuit upgrade pod. They want sodium nitrate, and carbon nanotube, and antimatter housing. Yes. I think that's the same every time. Carbon nanotube, antimatter housing... Okay, all set. There we go. Nice little upgrade. Let's see, I like to put all my elements high up in my inventory. Let's analyze this. Oh, I got iridescite, 150,000 units. Yes, that's very good. Alright, let's summon my ship over. I want to put stuff in it. Let's put the iridescite and the microprocessor, navigation data. Okay. Alright, next we're going to put our signal booster down. Interact. Triangulate position.
Navigational data received.
Alright, ready for next position. Which is where? Ah, way back on this planet again. That's alright. While you're traveling to the planet, you can manage your inventory, look in your technologies, install new technologies, whatever you want to do. As you can see, my launch thruster has 61%, so that's 2 liftoffs with the 20% less cost. So instead of... Ooh, hold on. So occasionally, while you're pulsing through the star system, an object of interest will pop up on your heads-up display, and you have to exit your pulse drive to interact or see what it is. In this case, a ship wants to trade with me. Trader gestures happy, keen to do business. Alright, let's see what they have. Cactus flesh, okay. Nice. They'll have artifacts or maybe some good trade goods there. But I'm actually happy they showed up because I'd like to sell my starship stuff. Like the compressed indium here, and the nano cables, circuitry, iridescite. Yeah, get that stuff out of my inventory, and now I've got almost 5 million units again. Anything I want to buy for that? Not really. So, let's just go our separate ways. Thank you, sir. That was very convenient, actually. All right. back on this barren desert planet. The landing pod. Is this another observatory? Damaged machinery. Let's go ahead and grab that. Oh, I gotta clear the blockage. Nanites. Very nice. And their technology module. There's always a technology module underneath these damaged machinery. Uh-oh. Military pirate raid. Nearby shelter is under attack. Return to your ship and join the defense. Okay. Time to explore space combat. So I'm gonna lift off. If you hold your left trigger, you'll lock on. And then hold A to shoot your gun. The left trigger's not locking on for me. Okay. Now you've got your photon cannon, which I'm using exclusively right now. But best practice early game is to use your photon cannon to break the yellow bar that's a shield, and then switch to your rocket launcher to hit him when he's not shielded anymore. You can then... Oh, I just finished that. So good for us. You can then fly through the ship that you just destroyed to pick up whatever cargo they had. In this case, I didn't get anything. Maybe they didn't have anything. That was a quick little introduction to space combat. Did I get the berry technology while I was here? Must have. Yep, I did. Alright. Let's see what's in here to interact with. Usually something. First aid. Didn't need it. Just overshot that. Nanites there. Okay, good. I mean, I'll take nanites wherever I can get them, right? Alright, let's put the signal down. Signal booster. Triangulate.
Navigational data received.
Here we go. Return to space to contact Artemis. So, the signal booster is easy enough to craft. It doesn't need that much, so I'm not going to hang on to it. It just takes up inventory space. You can just get rid of it when you're done. Oh, actually, let's put the hydrogen jelly in the starship. Okay, I'm not getting too full here. That's good. Go into space. And we should be getting a call from Artemis. When I first reached out to the heavens, I had no idea what to expect. The beauty, the mystery, the adventure, the danger. And here we are, aren't we? Go to a holo terminus, upload your data. Let's find each other. Alright, back to the holo terminus. Gotta do a scan. Alright, found one. You'd think you'd be the same one I was just at, right? Because I haven't gone anywhere. Now, occasionally in deep space, I call this deep space, it's, I don't know if it technically is, but you're between planets. In space, you'll occasionally run into these huge freighters that pop up. They just kind of warp in out of nowhere, usually. And they have frigates, which are these smaller ships that orbit them. The freighters are the bigger ones, and the frigates are the smaller ones. And basically, if you feel like being a space pirate, you could go up to these storage modules, cargo pods, and shoot them. And if you destroy it, you'll get whatever is inside. Enormous metal cog, comet droplets, those are valuable resources. My problem is the freighter will start to shoot at you. Not just that, sentinels will come attacking you, so... You know, I'll let you try that if you want. But I'm gonna do that right now, because I'm not quite ready for that kind of a fight. Uh-oh, fugitive starship detected. Where is it? Sometimes there's bad people in the star system that you're hanging around. Oh, there he is. If you kill this this person, this bounty person, basically, you get a $148,000 reward. Not enough for me to mess with it right now. I just want to get to this hollow terminus. Do the next part of my mission. In time, we're going to do some more exploring around the galaxy. We've pretty much stayed in this star system for now, but we're going to do a lot more exploring and a lot more upgrading. Maybe we'll upgrade our ship more, buy a new ship maybe, that kind of thing.
Threat detected.
Yeah, I know, he's in this system, but he's not going to bother me, so I'm not going to bother with him. Man, why did it put me so far away? Oh, this is a different guy. Privateer Unjigab. This happens to me sometimes with pulse engine autopilot, but if you're too far away, or like if you're going through the planet at like a weird angle, it'll put you into the planet atmosphere way early. So you have a little bit of flying to go. Alright, there's the terminus. Of course, we got this damaged machinery. Some nanites, alright, good. Uh-oh. Get this technology and make sure that went in my starship. I don't want that cluttering up my inventory. So you see this little yellow half moon, this crescent moon that's on my HUD. Pointing up. Basically, there's a sentinel nearby. There it is. And I don't remember... Let me check the story about this planet. Sentinels are attentive but not aggressive. So if you see aggressive sentinels, they'll just attack on sight. Attentive means they're watching. If you start mining stuff or destroying the planet too much, they don't really care for that. So they'll get hostile. I don't think this guy will be hostile to me, 'cause I'm not doing anything right now. Yeah, he's just kind of wandering around. Not really a threat unless you start like messing with the environment. They don't particularly like that.
Toxic protection falling.
Alright, so after this conversation on the hollow terminus, we're going to wrap up the episode. It's a short one today. But we covered a lot, as usual. Hollow terminus activated. Multiple signal sources available. The tower hosts a powerful transmitter designed to facilitate holographic communication across long distances. Alright, seems to have found him. Have you triangulated your position? Let me know when you're ready to receive data. Confirm. We're really getting somewhere. Hold on, I'll just... Artemis transmits his own data. Star chart showing the skies around their location. I don't have any equipment. I don't know where I am. I don't even know how long I've been here, so... I took an old-fashioned approach. I sketched the stars. You should find plenty of locals able to match our star patterns. My ship was nearby, so we can't be far apart. I'll patch my translator through so you can understand what they're saying. You'll need to calibrate it first. That should only take a few words. Good luck. Or maybe see you soon. Artemis's translator. So I have to install this. It's a translation device to interpret some words from the aliens. That's good. Put that in here. I already have the materials needed. Perfect. I think now, speak with aliens on planets and space stations, learn words from ancient ruins, install an auto-translator to translate the conversation. So I have to locate an alien outpost first. Alright, I found one. Let's get in the ship and find it. Watch out for these giant trees. Well, you know it's not here, it's down there. Little alien outpost. Sometimes you'll find these outposts. You need like a planetary chart to find them, or you can, there's other ways to scan for them. That's mostly the way to do it. They all have a multi-tool. This is a B class, but I have an S class, so I don't need that. They'll have a galactic trade terminal. Let's see what they got for materials here. Oh, you know what? I just saw some chromatic metal. You know I'm gonna buy that.
Product received.
Magnetized ferrite, good.
Product received.
Anything I can sell? No. Not really. Pick these things up. Navigational data, why not? And then they have a merchant back here that sells technology upgrades or blueprints. So you can look at blueprints. You have to be a certain rank to get some of these, but honestly, most of these you can get at the Space Anomaly too, without having to have, you know, a faction rank or anything like that. So, I mean, it's one way to get the technology, but you can just get it. What kind of components does he have? So some of it are blueprints, and some of it are just... Ooh, solar mirror. Okay, a lot of these are hard to find. Oh, an exosuit upgrade chart. That's probably worth buying.
Product received.
There we go. Good call. Now I can find some upgrades to my exosuit. Cool. Anyway, I'm supposed to talk with these aliens and hold on. There we go. Speak to alien life forms. What's up, guy? Request dialect help. I submit my request nervously, but Ensign Omal adopts a gentle posture. They teach me a word of their language and bow with respect. As I leave, he stops me. They appreciated my interest in their history as they thrust me a chart with directions to an ancient relic. Oh, good. Because that's the next thing you have to go to. Let's launch that. Alien artifact detected. But it's far. 800 units, not that far. Anyway, that's where we're gonna call it for this episode. But thanks all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, ooh, look, a milestone. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Leave some comments. Tell me what you like about the videos or what you don't like, what you want to see different. All of that. But in the meantime, thanks all for watching. This is SOS, and we will see you next time. Bye.